So welcome to Scratch Coders. Till now we have made a login page and we have done the Firebase setup, and also we have made the authentication for our login page. So now we are going to build a home page. So for that we will first go to here, and in component we are going to make a new file name home.js. Okay, then we will go in the app.js, and here as you can see in the switch we have route that exact path. If the path is root, then it will go to login. So we are going to make uh, another path. So root, and here we will give path as home. Okay, and here we will give home. Yeah, so we need to in the home page we will use RAFC, so that can get export component. And so after this we will just return container and may take a home as heading, and we will import style from style components. So after that we need to take a container, as container is not defined. So we will go down here, and then we will just constant container is equal to style dot div. Okay, and after that we will let's give it main, as that container will be the main component. So in that we will give as position as relative. Then we will give the display as block. Let's first login. Yeah, after logging in, yeah, we are logged in now. Okay, in the container we have used style.main, and we have given position as relative, display as block. We have given a minimum height of the calculation of 100 view height minus 250 pixels, and overflow x as hidden, and also we need to give top to like 72 pixels. Yeah, after giving 72 pixels it comes down, the top comes down. Okay, so that we can see the header. Then we will give some padding of 0 and calculation of 3.5 view height plus 5 pixels. Okay, so it gives padding from here too, and we just make it after. So and after that the background will be the URL. So URL, and it will be the image. So we will just assets images slash home background dot png. Okay, we will take it as center and also center cover and no repeat, and also it will be fixed. Okay, and then we will give the content as null. Oh, sorry. Okay, and then we will give position as absolute, and also we will give inset to 0 pixels, and we will give the opacity of 1 and z index to -1. Okay, after giving the z index, we should, let's make more. Oh, this is the background. Yeah, so we can see here, this is the background and the text is also here. Yeah, so we are now good. So after that, we will just try to add the image slider. Okay, so in order to add the image slider, we need to first make a new component here and make it image slider.js and RAFCE React arrow function export component, and after that we will first import styled from styled components. Okay, and after that we will just make props. Okay, and then return a carousel component. Okay, and in order to make the image carousel, we need a new or something that makes the image carousel or the slider. So for that, here cd scratch, and then we are going to do here is yarn add, and we are going to add slick carousel. So slick carousel. Okay, yeah, so it's installing. So after using this, we will just make the settings. So let settings is equal to, and we will give dots as true. Also we will give infinite as true, and we will give speed of 500 and slides to show as 1, uh, which means that in this particular one time the one slide will appear, then it will slide off and the next slide will appear. So we will give slides to scroll as 1, and we will give autoplay as true. Yeah, so we'll save it and then wait for this to complete. So Slick Carousel is downloaded. It is installed. So now we need to import it. So to import it, we need to import. Slick Carousel slash slick slash slick.css. Okay, and then we need to import slick carousel and slick, and then slick theme.css, and also we need to import slider from react slick. Okay, and after importing it, we need to use the settings that we have made here. We need to add it here. So in the carousel, uh, in this carousel, we need to add setting. Okay, so it is now there. So next we need to style the carousel. So for that, first this image slider is not used in the home, so we will first remove this and we will use image slider, import it and then save. So after that it says that okay, model not found. Okay, it's fine. So we'll go here. In this we will just use constant carousel and then use styled and slider as we need the slider. Yeah, okay. It says can't resolve. Okay, let's see. So we have made in the carousel, we have imported these settings that we have done here, and I have just added to show you a h1 tag where I have given 1, and div tag in the h1 tag I have given 2. So as there is 2, it tells that it has 2 slides. So as the dots true and infinite is true, here you can see it goes on infinite. Okay, and the speed is also 5, that it changes after 5 seconds, and the slides to show is 1, that it shows only one slide at a time. Slides to scroll 1, that as we can click here it slides 1, and autoplay is 1, that it is being autoplayed uh, in the particular period of time. So next we will add our stuff what we need in our image slider. So we will just add wrap to our image slider. just use wrap. Okay, and in the wrap we need a link. So, and in that link we need an image. Okay, that image has a source, which is in the assets images, and the name of the image is slider badging. Okay, dot jpg, and just we'll give the alt as, let's take it slider 1. Okay, so this is a wrap, so let's style it. First we need to style the carousel. So the wrap is not defined, so first we will use constant and then wrap style dot div. Yeah, so that the error will be removed. Yeah, so it's removed. As you can see here, there is an image, so we need to style for the carousel. So for that we will first make the margin from the top as 20 pixels. Okay, so you can see there is a margin now, and then we will say that in the button we will give the opacity of 0, and then we will give height of 100% and width of 5 VW, and then we will give the Z index of 1. Okay, so I'll show you. Let's try to add another one. So not this, we will just copy the wrap and paste it here, and then we will just change the image. So we will here, instead of slider badging, we will add slider scale, and we will make it slider 2. Okay, so now you can see there is a slider and the opacity of the image is 0 now, as we have done here the button. Okay, so after hovering we can change it. So in the button, when we hover, then opacity will be 1, and transition will change the opacity 0.2 seconds with ease to 0 seconds. Okay, let's save it, and when we over here, it gives the opacity of 1 and also transition and of ease with 0.2 seconds, and now we can, yeah, here comes the hover. Okay, so next, mm, we will just make the button like okay, so let's go with it, and after this button we will just, you will unordered list this list, and sorry, and in button we will, before the button before, the font size will be 10 pixels and the color will be RGB 150, 158 or 171. Okay, so let's save it. Yeah, so it's before, and so after that the li dot slick active. So we have used the unordered list, and in the list the button is there. So this button, so before, the font size will be 10 and the color will be somewhat uh, grayish. Okay, so then after that we will be adding the in the list, uh, sorry, we have slick, uh, li dot slick active, which is active. So in that button before will have the color of white, and so the slick list will have the overflow of initial, overflow of initial. Okay, so the overflow has been set to initial, and so we will let's remove it. Yeah, so overflow is set to initial, and so after that the slick preview will be at the left by 75 minus 75 pixels. Yeah, so and the slick next will be to the right by minus 75 pixel. Okay, yeah, so yeah, so it's done. So now it shows that here here the slick is now previewed and it is on the left. It's not on the slider, but um, in the at the side of the slider. So because we have given left of minus 75 and right of minus 75, so and the overflow has been set to initial, so it's gone, and also the color is white because the button before, and we have given before to white, so that as we hover it becomes white. Okay, yeah, so now and still then it looks uh, before the hover the color will look of the button like somewhat gray, so it's gray, and after hover it becomes white, so it looks now cool. Yeah, so next we will add CS style components to the wrap. So for that we will give the border radius, border radius of 5 pixels, Okay, now there is a dot also. Okay, so we have given a border radius of 5 pixels, and then we will give the cursor pointer so that when we cursor on the wrap, it, yeah. So next we will give the position as relative. Okay. So next we will make the changes to the link. So to the link we need to give the border radius of 5 pixels. Okay, and next we will give the box shadow of RGB 0 and 69%, 0 pixels, and also 26 pixels we will give, and 30 pixels, and we will take minus 10 pixels. Okay, yeah, and also we will give the RGB to, okay, and then 75%, then we will give 0 pixels, 16 pixels, 10 pixels, and minus 10 pixels. Okay, so now it's done. After giving the border radius, we will be giving the cursor and pointer, and we will give display as block, and then we will give position to relative, and we will add some padding of 4 pixels. Okay, so after the link has been given, we will then uh, take the image, okay, which is inside the link. So image, we will take the width of 100% and height also to 100%. Okay, and so next we will make the hover, but there is something wrong. Yeah, now it's good. Okay, so now we can see that it is 100%, and now everything is looking good. So there is a box shadow here, you can see the display is in the block, and here also, yeah, there it is. So next we will give the hover. Yeah, that's good. So after the image we will add hover, and from here we will add padding of 0, and then we will give some border of 4 pixels of solid, and RGBA of 240, 249, 249, 249, and 0.8, and we will give some transition duration of 300, somewhat 300 ms in 3 seconds. Okay, then we will save, then we can check whether, yeah. So as we hover, you can see it gives the transition and then gives the four, like a four, uh, three, 4 pixel of solid border. Okay, yeah. Now it looks cool. So now we will add more of this. So as we make a screen bigger, the image slider becomes bigger. Yeah. So here we can see there is a slider. Okay. So now it's sliding good. So as we make this smaller, the image slider becomes smaller. Okay. Now it looks like, so yeah. Okay. So we will contrast. Yeah. Now it's here. So next we will add more of those uh, wraps. So we will copy this and we will add more too. So here is the name like such Badak, and here is the name scales. Okay, and they will give the slider 3 alternate name slider 4 and they will save it. So now you can see this is first, second, this is the third one, and this is the fourth. Okay, and now it's sliding good. Yeah, now it looks like. So we have done adding the image slider.